Welcome to the Morning Download Podcast, your go-to resource for personal finance, economics, and market insights. In just 8 minutes a day, we provide valuable information to help you make better money decisions. Don't forget to sign up for our free newsletter at https://www.morningdownload.com/subscribe. Let's dive right in. In today's episode, we'll cover U.S. jobless claims, Pinterest's Q4 performance, funding education, and the disadvantages of stock trading.
So, let's talk about the latest news on the economy and what it tells us. Last week, the number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits dropped more than expected. Despite the recent wave of job layoffs, applications fell by 9,000 to 218,000. It's a positive sign that the market is resilient, and it suggests that the momentum from last year could continue into 2024. This could potentially delay an anticipated interest rate cut this year. The strong labor market has forced experts to revise their expectations. Most now believe that a rate cut will happen in March rather than in May, as previously thought. This shift in expectations had an impact on the stock market. The news helped push the S&P 500 above 5,000 for the first time, although it did end the day just below that mark. Switching gears to the global scene, Japan's stock markets are performing exceptionally well. However, there are concerns about the presence of zombie firms and their impact on the bull run. Meanwhile, the Reserve Bank of India has decided to keep rates unchanged for the 6th consecutive meeting. In other news, cocoa prices have soared to record highs as traders scramble to secure supplies. Just a quick note, ARM's post-earnings report resulted in a significant increase in their stock price, trading at a premium of over 100% compared to Nvidia. Additionally, Google is rebranding its AI tool Bard to Gemini, introducing a new app and subscription. So, a lot happened in the world of stocks recently. Let's start with Pinterest. They didn't quite meet sales expectations, but they did beat on earnings in their fourth quarter report. Revenue came in at $981 million, a bit lower than the expected $991 million. However, their earnings per share came in at 53 cents, beating the expected 51 cents. Not bad, right? Well, it's not all good news for Pinterest. After their earnings report, their stock took a hit, dropping 28% initially. But hey, it bounced back a bit when their CEO announced a third-party app integration with Google. Moving on to the airlines. Spirit Airlines narrowed its loss to $184 million in the fourth quarter, so they're on track to becoming profitable again. And Delta has some exciting plans. They're opening a new tier of premium airport lounges this year. Apparently, they've been dealing with overcrowding, so these high-end lounges might help attract more travelers. Now, here's something interesting. Hawaiian Airlines is teaming up with SpaceX's Starlink to provide complimentary Wi-Fi on their flights. They'll be the first major U.S. airline to partner with Starlink, so that's pretty cool. And lastly, let's talk about Under Armour. They had a mixed quarter, with slow sales and soft demand in North America. However, they did raise their profit and gross margin expectations, so there's some optimism there. Let's pick up where we left off yesterday and dive into more ways to fund your child's education. One option to explore is applying for financial aid. To do this, fill out the free application for Federal Student Aid, FAFSA. It covers a wide range of financial assistance, including federal grants, school aid, work-study programs, and state aid. Just be careful when reviewing the letter you receive after completing the FAFSA. Make sure it mentions aid and not a loan, so you know what you're getting into. Scholarships are another avenue worth considering. Many countries, such as the US, UK, and Canada, offer generous scholarships. These scholarships can cover a significant portion of educational expenses, sometimes even up to 90%. They are available for meritorious students, those in financial need, and students from marginalized communities. Encourage your child to apply for all the scholarships they are eligible for. It may involve some paperwork, but the difference it can make is well worth it. If your child is in high school, enrolling them in advanced placement, AP classes, can be a fantastic way to save money. These classes allow students to earn college credits while still in high school, reducing the financial burden when they eventually go to college. Here are a couple more strategies to consider. Encourage your child to find a job that they can handle alongside their studies. Even a few hours of work can help alleviate some of the financial burden. Additionally, if it's feasible, suggest that your child live at home rather than in a costly boarding situation. This can result in significant savings. Lastly, explore whether there are any tuition reimbursement options available. Some companies or employers offer this benefit, particularly for employees pursuing further education. So, you know what they say, right? It's like a game of roulette, but instead of the casino, we're talking about the stock market. And who said this insightful quote? None other than Benjamin Graham. Graham, a renowned investor and economist, hit the nail on the head with this one. He's basically saying that being a stock trader is no walk in the park. Just like in a game of roulette, the odds are often stacked against you. Think about it. When you trade stocks, there are costs involved. You've got broker fees, commissions, and other expenses. These can eat into your profits pretty quickly. It's like the universe conspiring to make it harder for you to come out on top. But here's the thing. Graham isn't just stating the obvious. He's actually giving you a valuable lesson. Knowing that the expenses of trading can work against you, you need to be strategic. You need to be mindful of these costs and find ways to minimize them. So, don't just dive into the stock market blindly. Understand the game and how it's stacked against you. Be smart, be calculated, and remember, the stock market can be a bit like roulette, but with the right approach, you might just be able to tip the odds in your favor.
On today's episode, we discuss the rise of Bitcoin and stocks, despite bad earnings, as well as the latest on U.S. jobless claims, Pinterest's roller coaster ride, and ways to fund education. Plus, we explored the cost of trading and its similarities to roulette. Thanks for tuning into the Morning Download, your go-to podcast for personal finance, economics, and market insights in just 8 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe for more helpful content and sign up for our free newsletter at morningdownload.com/subscribe.